Well, good afternoon from, well, it's got to be said, a scorching Chang International Circuit ahead of the 4 hours of Buriram. This is going to be the final round of the 2019-2020 Asia Le Mans Series here in Thailand. We're about an hour's flight out of Bangkok, 4 hours drive or so, or a very, very long walk if you like. We're going to take a walk down Pitlane this afternoon in the shade, because it's well over 30 degrees out there in the sunshine, to take a look at the field for the final round, to complete the automatic invitations for the 2020 Le Mans 24 Hours. We've got one of those already allocated. We'll talk about that in a short while. First car, this is number 12, the Ace 1 of Walkabout Ligier JSP3. Remember, this is going to be the last race in ACO rules racing, at least. Still a year to come with him. So with this previous generation, this current generation, if you like, of LMP3 cars, all changes come the spring in the Michelin Le Mans Cup, the Ultimate Cup, and of course the European Le Mans Series. The new generation of P3s comes to Asia in next season. You should hear the calendar for the Asia Le Mans Series for 2020-2021 later this weekend. Number 12, race 1 for Walkabout, this fantastic fluorescent yellow livery. Fuminelli, Alessandro Passan, and a bit of a refugee from one of our LMP2 AM teams that has not made it to the end of the season, Andres Las Caratas, Greek driver. They've been in the mix, led well at Shanghai, and we're in the mix as well until a bit of a late contact. Our Sepang race just last weekend, remember? Next door to them, last two cars standing in LMP2 AM. It's another goodbye, I think, subject to confirmation by the championship. This should be the last time we see in contemporary competition this previous generation of LMP2 cars. Both of these Nissan-engined Ligier JSP2s, the 52 car, already the championship winner. Cody Ware, this is Rick Ware Racing, by the way, with assistance from the Euro International squad. This is Cody Ware, and for the third time this season, Gustas Krembergas is joining him, a 16-year-old from Lithuania. Cody, of course, from the United States. And then the 25 car, which missed the opening round at Shanghai, Phil Munachek, Anthony Lazaro and Guy Cosmo. Guy becoming something irregular in the Asia Le Mans Series in recent years. Those two cars will duke it out to the end, and now with the championship settled, I think we'll be allowed to properly race into Europol. And if you're familiar with these paddock walks for the European Le Mans Series, this has got a flavour of a slightly different coloured United Autosports to it. It's a triple garage with 4 cars present. This is the number 18 Ligier JSP3, one of 2 that the team have in LMP3. Phil Kaduri and Dan Wells. The familiar names and colours, the Norwich City colours, of course, the number 13 car. One of the most successful LMP3 pairings and outfits around. This is Nigel Moore from the UK, of course, and Martin Hipper. LMP3, very much in the title challenge at the moment, as by the way is the number 12 car, albeit probably more mathematically for Ace 1 for Walkabout. 2 cars as well in LMP2. These are, of course, are the Gibson engine Ligier JSP 217s. Matt Pesh, James Winslow, Kuba Shimowski, the 34 car, which is effectively their pro car. Nigel Moore there sitting on the side of the second car. Danielle Frost from Singapore. John Corbett, Nathan Kumar. A new piece of bodywork on the front of the 3 car. Being drilled out on pit lane right now. Car that is very much in the mix for the championship. This is the 26 car, the Aras 01, based of course on an Orica 07, but homologated as an Aras 01. This is Roman Rusinov on the 26. Just noticed, why has that car got a K2 engine cover on it? They are, I understand why, because they took damage, didn't they? They took damage at Sepang, and my guess is they've purchased some spares. So we're going to see it's a bit of a hybrid version of that car at the moment. It's Roman Rusinov, Leonard Hergenboom, and James French, multinational squad, of course, aboard the 26. The team came home fighting third last weekend and keep themselves very much in the title hunt. Need a fast but conservative run this time around. Guys getting ready to go again. Next door, Viper Racing, Team Malaysia we like to call them. Douglas Koo and Dominic Ang aboard there. Ligier led the race in their home race until being one of a number of teams that fell foul to a failed lit number panel. And the order has had a bit of an off later at turn 9, which is causing all sorts. They hopefully will see them again this season. I think they made aspirant entrance again at the Road to Le Mans. Our GT class leaders after a topsy-turvy season, the 88 J-Lock, Japanese Lamborghini Owners Club, Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo. And consistency has been the key here. They go to the top of the point standings. That has all 6 cars that remain in the championship, and all 6 cars that are here can still, at least mathematically, win this championship and take the automatic invitation to Le Mans in GTE AM. The question, of course, is what does the Japanese Lamborghini Owners Club drive if they accept that entry? Wait and see what the answer is to that, and whether or not that's a question that needs to be answered. Our winners, after, well, a very late decision and penalty that came the way of a car we'll see a little later. This is our winners from Sepang, the 45 Thunderhead Carlin. This is the Dallara P217, Jack Manchester, Ben Barneycoat, Harry Tinknell. And a late penalty for the 36 Eurasia car gave them the opportunity to be the second ever Dallara LMP2 winner. And the first, of course, here in Asia. Watch for them, they're very much in the title mix as well. Graf Racing. And a change here, we've got some colour on the front end of the number 8 car. In all black last time around. Kaiser aboard that car. And Eric Trillier, David Drew, Sebastian Paget in the number 9, which has been a factor all season. And won last weekend. 2 of the Norma M30s that are making their debut, but of course it will be the only year we'll see the Norma. Hopefully we'll see some of the Duquesne versions of this car next season in the Asia Le Mans series. Then we get into Ferrari land, 51 car, still in contention as all of these cars are. Francesco Piavanetti, Osnegri and Daniel Serra stepping in here for an absent Alessandro Pierguidi. This the only European entered car in the GT field. Of course all these cars to GT3 specification. Second car in Ferrari world is the Indonesian entry, which is T2 Motorsports with silver blue and red, number 75 car. David Piantoro, Christian Colombo and Rio Haryanto. Very consistent indeed. Fourth, looking for that first podium. Could have got it, but Sepang didn't quite. Then our defending champions, the number 7 car guy, Ferrari, raced at Le Mans last year after winning this championship, of course, looking to make it a double. Mikkel Jensen joins for the absent Kai Cosolino. Kimura-san, of course, aboard his car, and Cobb Ledegaard, who joins the championship after round 1, has been very rapid indeed since then. Garage doors down at the moment, so my guess is there's going to be an early evening for the Nielsen Racing team, but trust me, the number 2 and number 3 Normas are in there, and we're out this morning looking shiny. The team went through their paces. Both those cars were in the mix, and Colin Noble unlucky not to make the podium at the end of the Sepang race with a last-minute penalty for decision made on a short pit stop, second short. This is the car that number 26 has, I presume, their spare engine cover, the 96 K2 Achino Racing Team Orica, first ever LMP2 team from Japan, and it was a fantastic bit of strategy, calling when to use the slick tyres, which saw Sean Tong in fabulous form. Hiroki Kurosawa, of course, shares the car with him, and this is a team with ambition. We won't see them at Le Mans this year, but I think they're revving up to have a crack at that for next season. But they've impressed everybody who've watched the way this team goes to work, with a lot of experience, of course, in GT racing at home in Japan. Great to see them as part of the championship. Also an experienced team, of course, in Japan. D-Station Racing already announced their intention with Super GT, teamed with Pacific this year. And this is another team with a replacement driver this weekend. Satoshi Yoshino, the of course team owner here. Tomonobu Fuji has been very quick in this fabulous Aston Martin GT3 Vantage, and it is going to be Tom Gamble making his first appearance in the Asia Le Mans series. He's appeared in Aston Martin before at the Road to Mons last year, and before that with WRT in some GT racing. Winner of the 2018 McLaren Autosports Driver of the Year Award, and as results has tested in a pretty near current McLaren Formula 1 car, amongst other things, but it'd be interesting to see how he matches up to an experienced field here. That car, again, in with a shout of the title. Gearbox failure right at the end of the race at Sepang has hurt them in the title, in the points running. They can still do it. Next door, and this is the Eurasia team, the number 1 car here. This is the car in the colours of New Zealand. We're walking. That's the number 36 car. Undergoes a bit of a pit stop practice. There it is, the mighty Gibson V8, 4.2 litre V8 in the rear of this car. The Team New Zealand racing colours there. Back into the car, this time around Nobu Yamanaka. Boy Yamanaka, the man behind this effort. Daniel Gaunt has been impressive with some excellent early race runs in the number 1 car. Nick Cassidy, well, if you don't know Nick Cassidy's name, trust me, you're going to be hearing a lot more of it. And that car has possibly been the unluckiest in the championship so far. No finishes, but has been a factor absolutely everywhere in terms of its pace. But that sits way, 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 way down the order compared to the sister car, the car in Australian colours, has been since the Bend. The 36 car very much in the title hunt. Aidan Reid, cracking race from him last time out. Roberto Merri, ex-Formula 1 of course, and Nick Foster, thankfully now free of the outrageous moustache he sported as part of Movember. But the second of the Ligiers, in fact the first of those in the point standings, and very much in title contention. Boy's just about to do another pit stop practice, looking great in its Aussie colours, Eurasia Racing Australia. The team keen of course to join again, as they have before, the entry list at the Le Mans 24 Hours. I'd love to do that as of right with an auto invitation, but if not, certainly have made it clear they would like to be considered by the selection committee thereafter. Final car in the order, 23 cars here, with a number of cars with a few difficulties on logistics with the current international situation. The 27 car, this is Hub Auto Corsa, and that car in the hands of Liam Talbot, Davide Rigon being replaced here. And Marcus Gomez, and this car has been very much in contention as well. The first car to race as a GT3 Evo version of the Ferrari 488. It's now standard fit across our Asian Le Mans Series entries, and very much in title contention. That's it for now. We're going to go and cool down and have a refreshing adult beverage. Join us for the Asian Le Mans Series. We'll be live on all the online portals, Facebook, YouTube and the series websites, with live coverage of both qualifying and the full 4-hour race to complete the season. Thanks very much for watching.